Welcome to another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. It's your boy Prince Elias, and we have a great show for you today. I am currently live in Nashville for Nashville Pride, so this episode will not be long, but it'll be a good one. Let's see who's all in the chitty chat. Well, before we do that, let's do quick shout outs. Shout out to our sponsors, Mutation Station, Lucy Land Ball Pythons, Candy Lady Creations, and Flexin' and Finessing Reptiles. Thank you to all our channel sponsors. And as you can see, I'm wearing my fit made by Candy Lady Creations. She did the hat and she did the jersey. So if you would like your merch, custom merch, hit up Candy at Candy Lady Creations on Facebook, as well as Ohana Scales with the Z on Instagram. Let's see. Now let's speak to the people in the chat. Fred, what it do? Thank you for tapping in this morning. Bosa brother, thank you for tapping in. Maki, sis, thank you for tapping in. Brian, bro, thank you for tapping in this morning. Thank y'all, thank you. Yeah, this fit does go hard. George, what it do? George of the Jungle, thank you for tapping in. You already know, Father Dunn, the purple one. Thank you for tapping in. Yes. Thank y'all. So today, like I said, this episode is not going to be long. I'm not going to waste y'all time because I got things to do today. But I do want to review two movies, and I do want to talk about a concert that happened. So let's do that first. Because I'm just going to give some quick thoughts. First, let's talk about the pop-out or the pop-up, Kendrick Lamar's Juneteenth concert that he dropped on Amazon Prime Live. I believe it was live on Juneteenth. And we're not going to go through the back and forth of the beef with him and Drake because we've discussed that enough for like 2 months straight. But I will say this concert was the nail on the coffin. If you had doubts that Kendrick Lamar did not win this beef or just one in hip hop general, he proved it that night. The concert was great. It was 100% LA as far as the vibe goes. It started off with some LA rappers, the young kids. A lot of them I didn't know, a lot of them I did know, but they did their thing in the beginning. And then DJ Mustard came out. He's a very prolific music producer. He's produced a lot of the best hits in the 2010s and now. And he came out and he invited some people like Ty Dolla $ign, Steve Lacy. What's that boy name? Dang. It just slipped my mind. Our Future guy. Tyler, the Creator. Tyler, the Creator came out. It was such a beautiful performance. And then after all that was said and done, K-Dot came, Kendrick came out, and he did his thing. He started off with Euphoria, which was the first diss track to Drake in this whole beef. This happened earlier this year. But then he started getting into his hits. He started getting into DNA. He started getting into all the good songs from the Damn album, as well as some to Pimp a Butterfly and all that stuff. Swimming Pools off Good Kid, Mad City. He did Good Kid, Mad City song. And he brought out his crew. He brought out, even though he left the TDE record label, he brought out his family. He brought out Ab-Soul and Schoolboy Q and J-Rock. He brought them out, and it was like a black hippie reunion. It was beautiful to see. I was damn near in tears because I remember I still am a huge black hippie fan. I love all four of those gentlemen. Every time they drop a record, I go straight to Spotify and listen. All four of them are amazing on their own, but when they're together, it is magic. So it felt good seeing Black Hippie together on stage. And then he brought out the legend, Dr. Dre, and they did 2 songs together. And to hit that nail on the coffin. And solidify Kendrick is the king of the West Coast right now. And he's the king of hip hop because he unburied Drake from the dead and buried him again, because Dr. Dre did the intro to Not Like Us, the I See Dead People, And then the whole crowd went crazy. And not only did Kendrick Lamar perform Not Like Us, he did it 5 times. He kept stopping after the first verse. He kept pausing every time they said a minor, and he would do like the little Drake dance that Drake did during a Hotline Bling video. And it did at one point, one of those performances, when he told them let's do that again, he let the crowd do it. He did not rap a single word, and you could hear the crowd doing that entire first verse. It was crazy. And then he did what no other rapper could do. He had all the Bloods, all the Crips, all the Pyrus that was in the building. He had gang members who probably in real life probably hate each other. He had them all on stage, waving their flags, doing their dances, throwing up their signs to Not Like Us for the final time. And then they took a group picture that mirrored his To Pimp a Butterfly album. And that was crazy to have all those West Coast rappers, even people who weren't rappers. I guess, personal family and friends. He had gang members up there, rappers up there, singers up there, dancers, legends on that stage together. Bloods and Crips together dancing to Not Like Us. That was crazy. I thank God for the bootleggers because they reposted that concert on YouTube, and I done watched it about 3 times. I done watched that concert a good 3 times since Juneteenth. So if you have not seen Kendrick Lamar's, it's called the Pop-Up Ken and Friends concert. It's on YouTube. About 3 people have posted the full 4-hour concert. Watch it. It is amazing. You get the old school LA rap, you get the young kids, you get everything in between, and you get the Black hippie reunion. It was beautiful. It was amazing. So if I was to rate this concert, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. I loved it. So Kendrick won. He's the king of the West Coast right now. He's the king of hip hop right now. And like he said, fuck the big 3. It's just big me. You can't compare him to nobody else. And so those were just my thoughts on that concert. It was real good. It was real, real good. Let's see. We need to be talking about T-Pain bringing Tevin Campbell out at stage at his show. What? I did not know that. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm pretty sure clips are rolling around. Oh, yeah. T-Pain can sing without the auto-tune, and Tevin Campbell still got vocals. That man still got a voice. So I'm going to have to look that up, Father Thun, and we going to geek about that. Thank you. Thank you. Ken, thank you for popping in. What it do? Good morning, my cuz. Let's see. So let's get to the main events. What I originally had scheduled before their concert interrupted. And let's talk about Inside Out 2. So I will say, before we get started with this review, I can admit, as a Disney geek, as a Disney fan, as a Disney fanatic, as a former Disney cast member, for the past 3 years at least, Disney has been in a slump. I'm not saying their movies have been whack, but they've been in a slump. They have not hit that like they used to. Like this year, we're celebrating their 100-year anniversary of the studio, of the company, of Walt and his brother Roy creating the Disney Brothers Studio. It's been 100 years since this movie studio has been around. And the big princess movie Wish that they released was meh. It was meh. The fact that this is supposed to be a celebration of the 100-year anniversary of Disney, and they didn't just do CGI, they did hand-drawn animation. It was beautiful, beautiful film. I love the character, nice character, but the story, the songs, the villain, it was meh. Of course, for all us Marvel nerds, Marvel has been in a slump. Yes, they've had some good shows here or there, but most of them, Me and Keys and Wiz talked about it, and Keisha talked about it in a previous episode of this podcast where we had our Marvel celebration. They've been slacking. They've been pretty weak. And I hate to say that because I'm a Disney nerd. I still go to the parks. I still spend thousands and hundreds of dollars getting memorabilia and shit and merch. The YouTube anniversary to celebrate me as a vlogger. Look up there. It's a snake wearing Mickey ears. So y'all can't tell me I don't love Disney. Look at this tattoo. Y'all can't tell me I don't love Disney. Mickey ears tatted on me. But I can admit when the company I love is fucking up. And Pixar did release a film last year called Elemental. It was cute. It was cute. It was nice. I enjoyed it, but it failed at the box office. And that was sad because to me it's underrated. It's actually really good, and they should have made their money back in the theaters, but unfortunately they didn't. And I hate that, but it's a good movie. So if you haven't seen Elemental, you didn't think it was for you, I implore you to go watch it. Pretty funny, pretty cute Pixar movie, but they lost a lot of money making that film, and they didn't even break even. Didn't even break even, which was sad. So how do I feel going into Inside Out 2? Well, first, let's say that not only did they break even on the first weekend box office numbers, they're going to exceed it before they drop it on Disney Plus in a couple of months. Like their budget was like $200 million to make, because it takes a while to do their CGI shit. And their artists are really, really good and deserve their pay. But the first night, I believe records of US, not worldwide, not China theaters, not African theaters, none of that, just USA alone, they made $150,000, $150 million in the box office the first night, Friday night. Then you had the box office for Saturday and the box office for Sunday, and people like me are going to go back and see it again. So they've reached their budget that they spent and then some. And so that should tell you how good Inside Out 2 is. But what were my thoughts when I went to go see it? Well, let me tell you. I took my nieces to the theater and it was amazing. Me and my nieces, especially my young niece, we were laughing our ass off. At one point, we kind of laughed a little too hard at one of the jokes, and to where we got kind of felt bad because I did my loud, and my niece was just dying, and I felt like we interrupted the people in the theater, but the joke was funny. I can't remember right now, but the joke was funny as hell in the moment. But the original cast came back playing the emotional characters. Of course, it's following their kid Riley. That's the little girl from the first Inside Out movie. She has now gone through middle school and going into high school. So y'all know that puberty hits, and the jokes. Matter of fact, that was it. The joke about puberty when the construction workers busted into the compound of Riley's head to do construction, and they said they had a sign that says "Caution, puberty gets messy." That's what I laughed loud at. That was funny as hell. But we had a good time in the theater. Me and my nieces and my sister, we were laughing our asses off. And it wasn't just us. The theater was packed. Our theater was packed. And the kids, the adults, everybody had a good time. I'm not going to give any spoilers because I know some of y'all in the chat got young ones, got children that you're probably going to take them to see, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say anything you can imagine a little girl going into high school dealing with during puberty, all the different emotions, the new emotions they introduce, like anxiety and boredom and embarrassment. Those characters were great. They were hilarious. And I love the fact that I will say this, I'm not going to go any spoilers, but I love the fact that the Inside Out movies, none of them had a villain. No, there was nobody that was a bad guy. Even if the emotions didn't get along and they fought and they argued, there was no big baddie in this movie. It was just strictly showing you what is going on with this little girl and how she reacted to certain emotions and certain things that were happening to her as she was living life and going through things and feeling the emotions. But it was great. And at the end of the day, I love the message of the movie that you should feel every emotion. You shouldn't be ashamed of any of the emotions, even the tough ones. And every emotion, whether it was anxiety, sadness, fear, disgust, happiness, all of them, everybody's end goal was to protect Riley. Everybody's end goal is to protect the human body, the human, the person. It was not to take over and be bad guys and be evil. It's like, hey, we need to protect this kid because the world is crazy out there. And I just love that overall arching message. So it was a beautiful family film. It was definitely, to me, and I agree with the critics because there are other critics who said the exact same thing. Besides the Toy Story movies, let's not count the Toy Story movies. Inside Out 2 is the best Pixar sequel. Inside Out 2 is the best Pixar sequel if you're not counting all the 4 or 5 sequels from Toy Story, because all of them are great too. All of them are amazing. Toy Story is the upper echelon, it's the pinnacle. Inside Out is right after that. And then y'all can argue, the Incredibles and all the other stuff. But I would say Inside Out 2 is the best Pixar sequel. And it bears repeat viewing. It bears repeat viewing. So if you have not seen that movie, if you have kids, even if you don't have kids, you got nieces and nephews, little cousins, take them to go see it. Or if you're a Disney nerd like me who ain't ashamed to go to a Disney movie in the theater by yourself, I've done it plenty of time. I don't need no kid to go to the theater with me. Go see it. Go see it. Or if you are a little ashamed to go to the theaters to see a movie, wait till you go on Disney Plus and watch that shit. It is great. Shout out Wiz. Thank you for tapping in. Fred, thank you for tapping in. Let's see. So, I didn't give my rating. I'm sorry. I would give Inside Out 2 a 10 out of 10. It's definitely top 10 on my top 10 list of movies of 2024. I'm already solidifying that. Now, whether it's going to be top 5 or top 3, we'll figure that out in December when I do my year-end list, but it's definitely top 10. Inside Out 2 is amazing. And I think Pixar is out of their slump. Now, whether Disney as a whole is out of their slump, that's to be determined. We'll see with the next couple of movies. Marvel, Disney got the Deadpool movie coming out, so we'll see how Marvel's holding up. I still haven't watched Alkalite, the Star Wars show, but once I do, once I watch it, me, Wiz, and Keisha will come on and review it. I'm very hopeful that I will enjoy that show. But as far as Pixar, I'm not worried no more. I ain't worried no more. As far as Pixar, out of all the companies owned by the House of Mouse, I ain't worried about Pixar. Everybody else got to step their game up because Inside Out 2 has proven financially, story-wise, animated-wise, they ain't going nowhere. I think Pixar is gonna hold Disney up as far as movie theaters go. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I done missed y'all in the comments. Let's see. Father Dunn said I posted on my Facebook page. Okay, I'll find that video on your Facebook page. Let's see. Everybody said, "Hey, Ken, what it do, Bosa, George?" Let's see. George says, my daughters kept PYP and watching 1/3 of Inside Out. That's funny. That's the thing with taking kids to a theater. It might be wonderful where they sit through the whole thing, and it might be, Daddy, we gotta go to the restroom. Luckily, my nieces are old enough, they sat through the whole thing, no problem. Let's see. Ken said, my kids went and seen Inside Out 2 yesterday. Okay. And my daughter's like, okay, cool. That's what's up. And that's all that matters. If the kids like it, because it's made for them. If the kids like it, that's all that matters. Honestly. Wiz, what up, Wiz? Yes, merch God. Yeah, you see the merch. I'm so ready to rock this at Pride today. Let's see. Ken said Acolyte was pretty dull so far, in my opinion. Aw. Well, we'll see. We might have. I might enjoy it. We'll see. Yes. What's up? Brandon, what it do? Yes, it's out, Brandon. Go take your kids to go see it. It's so good. It is so good. It's top 10 for me. Top 10 movies of 2024 so far. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. What up? All right. Last review of the day. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I might go on a rant. I'm just going to be honest. But I've been so positive for the past couple of episodes. Y'all need a good rant. It's been long overdue. So, next movie I am reviewing is Netflix's Under Paris. Under Paris is a French film streaming on Netflix now. So if you got Netflix, it's practically free. But I wouldn't waste your 2 hours. It is a French film. Um, I would say environmental propaganda, which I believe in climate change. So I don't, I don't knock or hate anybody who makes an animal movie with a message. I'm never, or a disaster movie like the new Twister movie that's coming out. I'm excited about that. If they have a climate change message in it, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, the movie is woke, yada yada. No, because climate change is real. It is real. The fact that we were still wearing hoodies in May, in March, in April, climate change is real. However, it is how you tell the story and deliver the message. That's the issue I have. It's the execution. This is a this movie this movie gave you Sharknado CGI, but the actors were dead ass serious about it, as if it was the first Jaws. And that tone did not mesh well. It did not mesh well. It was like they were trying to be serious. They were trying to deliver a message. They were trying to say, hey, what we're doing to the ocean is affecting the animals and the wildlife, and the animals will soon retaliate and come into our waters, our territory, and affect us. We need to stop. But it's giving Sharknado 2.0. It's not giving Jaws. It's not even giving the Meg. The Meg is a fun popcorn movie of a killer shark. It's not giving Deep Blue Sea. I can understand if this was a shark horror film where it was like, hey, people are in some water and a shark is about to come fuck some shit up. I can get with that. I can get with, hey, I'm about to go see some people get eaten by a shark. This is fun. It did not give that. We're trying to preach. We're trying to be all preachy, you know, save the oceans. Oh my gosh, this shark is affected. It's sad. It's lost. It's now in the canal of Paris and killing folks. But the execution was horrible. The storyline was horrible. The characters, oh my gosh, these characters made stupid decisions left and right, sideways. I'm sorry, but if a shark had killed my husband and my best friends, and I think her child, I don't know, because I didn't finish the whole movie, because that's how horrible it was. Anyways, if my entire family and my friend died of a shark, why am I spending so much in this movie trying to save the fucking shark? That's like a person who family was murdered by a serial killer, and they spending the whole movie trying to protect and save the serial killer from going to jail. Like, it made no sense. The characters were stupid as fuck. They made the dumbest decisions, did not make sense. And by the end of it, there was no stakes. I did not root for anybody. I said, yeah, kill everybody, including the kids. If a kid fall in the water, I don't even give a damn no more. Because at this point, this movie is trash. It was boring. It was preachy. It wasn't even a fun killer animal movie. Because I love a good popcorn film. The killer crocs, killer tornadoes, whatever. I love that shit. But when you trying to make some type of propaganda, we gotta save the ocean. Oh my gosh, these animals are gonna retaliate. Oh my gosh, the ocean is so fucked up that this shark was able to multiply herself without a male. Like, I don't give a damn. Just show the shark killing some motherfuckers. And a lot of these people would not have died had y'all just, oh, and that's another thing. They tried to copy off Jaws too much. But they did it in a horrible way. Like, they tried to do the whole, oh, the scientists are trying to warn the mayor, hey, we got to cancel this big swimming event because there's a shark out there that's killing folks. And the mayor is like, no, I'm not about to lose all this money. This is a big tourist attraction. This is a big event. We're trying to qualify for the Olympics. We can't cancel this event. And then all of a sudden, all the swimmers get eaten and fucked up by the sharks. You're copying Jaws, but in the worst way possible. The worst way. This was a fucking piece of trash. And I didn't even finish the last 15 minutes of the damn thing. That's how pissed off I was. I turned off and started watching Bridgerton. Thanks to my sister, she got me in that fucking show. Now I'm waiting for season 2. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how bad it was. That shark movie was so trash. I said, let me go watch some British people fuck instead. So no, even though it's free on Netflix, do not fucking watch Under Paris. It was a waste of time. It's a waste of 2 hours. It's a waste of money. And I feel bad because I'm always rooting for filmmakers, camera crew, staff. I would like for them to make their money back, but honestly, fuck no. Fuck them. This is a 0.5 out of 10. That's my rating. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Worst 2 hours ever. And they did wrong by the Sharks. That shark should have fucked everybody up. Save the Sharks. And that's my rant. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh Lord, the chat going wild. This is why I can't go on rants. Oh shit. Banner, thanks for tapping in. What up? My niece Banner, how you doing? We said movie annoying as fuck. Coolest part was the sharks in the catacombs. Other than that, trash. Thank you, Wiz. Thank you. Glad you agree. Stop laughing at me, y'all. All the laughing emojis. I'm just mad. That was a complete waste of time. That was a waste of my, and I was excited. When I saw the trailer, I said, oh shit, an animal killing folks movie. I love that shit. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Cocaine Bear. That is the best, at least of 2024, the best animal. If you want to waste your 2 hours watching an animal fuck some shit up, watch Cocaine Bear. And it's actually funny. It's a comedy. It's actually good. The characters, even though it was good to see them die, you was kind of like, man, don't let that bear fuck these folks up. I actually like these characters. You find none of that shit in Under Paris. Bridgerton Fire. Shut up, Banner. It is, though. No lie. I can admit I slept on that show. Everybody, when it was real hyped up in the beginning, I was like, I'm not finna watch no British folks fuck. I don't give a damn. But it's good now. That little redhead and Bridget show. But yeah, that's my rating. 0.5 out of 10. I don't recommend that. It was 2 hours wasted. If you're gonna watch a bad movie, watch Sharknado. At least you would get a good laugh out of that shit. At least you, or watch all the time, even the Jaws sequels, and everybody know Jaws sequels were trash, but they were way more entertaining than this bullshit. French people, y'all, the French, y'all have made some good films. I will give it to y'all. Y'all have made some good films. Y'all disappointed me with this one. Don't ever give Netflix no shit like this again. And I hate to say that because I'm always rooting for the filmmakers. I'm whoever, I don't care if this your first film or your fifth film. Go back on the drawing board and get better writers and better actors, because the main character, oh, she got on my nerves. I do like their accents. Kid, you a fool. Shark 3 was okay. It was at SeaWorld. Yeah, I remember that. But guess what? Shark 3, it was okay, but I would rather watch that than watch this shit. But yep, those are my reviews. So I talked about Kendrick Lamar's concert. Go watch it. Yeah, because it's not on Amazon Prime. It was on Amazon Prime the night it premiered. It was a live event. They have not reposted it yet, but the bootleg versions, which are great quality, by the way, it's in HD. So people have streamed it and it's on there. It's about 3 different 4-hour versions of that concert on YouTube. Just put the pop-up Kendrick and Friends. It will pop up and you will watch it. It's great. I recommend that. And I recommend Inside Out 2. Whether you have kids or not, go watch Inside Out 2. Give Disney your money because they need it desperately. They finally got a good one out of all the meh they've been delivering. And fuck Under Paris. And that is my rant. You mean Drake's live funeral? Yeah, it was. R.I.P. to Drake. But you know what? I will admit, because I still have the playlist on my Spotify that I listen to. I have a playlist that has all Kendrick Lamar's, all Drake's, and all of J. Cole's music that I like, the songs that I like. I have my full playlist of those 3 because those are my favorite rappers today. They really are. But once Drake started being a little bitch and dissing Meg the Stallion because he trying to ride for Tory Lanez and shit, I was like, that's when he lost respect for me. The fact that you go hard dissing Meg the Stallion when she ain't said shit to you, but you let Kendrick Lamar bury you and then dig you back up and bury you again. Oh, Drake deserved his ass whooping. At least to me, he deserved his ass whooping. I don't care about his beefs with all these other male rappers, but when you blatantly attack a female rapper and she didn't do anything to you, all right. I mean, maybe she did behind the scenes, but in the public perception, it felt like Drake was just throwing salt in her wound when she didn't do shit, especially during that whole trial. I was like, oh, you a bitch. You one of those type of men. You'll throw rocks. You will beat a woman, but won't square up with another nigga. All right. So Drake deserved his ass whooping. I still listen to some of old Drake's music. I ain't gonna lie, but I also listen to Not Like Us like every day of the week. I ain't gonna lie. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. It is what it is. Fuck that nigga, that Canadian nigga. Let's see. Thanks for letting me know about Underparents. I almost put it on last night. Can you do better? Can you do better getting high off shrooms and watching National Geographic than watching that shit? What up, Tommy? What's good? Thank you for tapping in. All right. Well, I made it to at least 30 minutes. I wanted to do at least 45, but 30 minutes is a good. I did 3 reviews for y'all. I did a concert, I did a kids movie, and I did a trash ass shark movie. So thank y'all for tapping in. Please check out Wiz Constrictors podcast, Sophisticated Ignorance tonight. It's all I always say my time, Central Time. It's like 8:15ish, 8:30 my time. Also, Mike from Hurt Collectors, he has a new podcast with Matt. I forgot the time, but it's gonna be tonight as well. So even if you don't catch the lives, hit the replay. Nameless Q, what it do? Please hit the replay. Support both my brothers. I love Mike. I love Wiz. I have snakes from both of them in my collection. Shout out to Dolly and Cora. And I love those girls. Those girls are spoiled to fucking death. Thank y'all for tapping in. Please tap into both of those podcasts tonight. I'm about to go with my sister and enjoy Pride and be super gay and super trans today. So I will try to hop on with this podcast tonight. If not, it's because I'm laid out on the couch drunk or I'm listening to Tinashe live. That's the only reason why I won't be on the podcast tonight. But other than that, I'll catch y'all next Saturday for another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry to rush out of here. Yes, I will be drinking plenty of water. I'm part of the VIP list, so I get free snacks and drinks, but I have a water bottle I'm taking with me because they have water stations. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to wear this for like 30 minutes, take some good pictures, and then it's coming off and they're going to see all my fat muscles and my tattoos because black in sunlight ain't gonna max. But I make sure I get good pictures and I'll post with this outfit on before I take it off. Hydration is important. Yes, because I don't want to pass out in the middle of the grass of Nashville. My sister can't carry me. I'm too big for all that shit. Anyways, time to go. I love y'all. See y'all next Saturday on Snake Cinema Podcast. I am your host, Prince Elias. And we will check y'all later. Peace.